Welcome back. So in this video, we are going to see about family. What are the main uniqueness of family system? That is what we are going to see. Why do we need to have family? And here family obviously mean more than you and your partner. Okay, so keep in mind, family is not you and your partner in India, at least. So family is much bigger than that. Family involves both the parents, both your and your partner's parents. Now here comes the first dimension of family. Family is like a seat belt. Why is it that? Let us discuss. The first dimension is about safety. How a seat belt will save your life from a car crash. The same way, family system saves you from different life accidents. So that is what we are going to see. What are the zones under which the safety belt or the family can save us? Let us discuss one by one. The first one is intellectual. So intellectually, when an accident happens, how a family can solve us, family can help us, family can save us. One, by giving amazing solutions based on their experience and based on their life itself. And the second one is guidance. What is the difference between solution and guidance? Solution is one, and guidance is continuous process. Solution is when you hit with the problem, you need to come out of that problem, and you're looking for a door, and there comes your grandfather or your father, or any of your relative will come and say something where your mind will be blown and you will get a solution how to handle it. This is called solution. And what is guidance? Guidance we require when we don't even know that we are in a problem. We enter into our life based on our experiments and based on our experience, but that will not be enough all the time. So that is where the elders' guidance play a very vital role. Down the line, after 10 years, what could be the consequence if you do something like this today? Such a thing is called guidance, where you doesn't even know that you are in a problem, but still they can foresee the problem which could happen because of your action today, and the family will give you a proper guidance and guide you on track. And all those things, whatever I'm going to say under zones and different safety solutions, whatever is going to come is all subjective. I fully understand, and I want you also to keep this in mind. It is not that all the things which I am going to mention in family is going to letter by letter to the T, it is going to apply in your life. No, it can't. But obviously, most of the things will apply to most of you. The second dimension, other than the intellectual perspective, is the emotional perspective. We don't value these things because these things can't be valued in reality, because the support which we get, the guidance and the solutions and the help which we get from family is very, very precious. For half an hour sittings with a psychological counselor, they charge you thousands, but here we get the life solutions from our own family elders for free of cost. And the emotional stress and emotional depression, where we enter into different things in our life, the small casual support which we get from our family is much deeper than big gifts from our friends and anybody for that matter. So emotionally, the support which we get from our family people and the joy which we get around that, which relaxes, these are the safety belts for us, because of which we are safe today. Physically, what could be physically very, very visible, the family chores, all the activities will be distributed, and there will be so much of cohesive support. And when you have a child, definitely the child will be taken care of all the family members, and there will not be like a burden or a heavy time, hard time with the handling a child. And obviously health, when there are two people in the house and when there are four people in the house, the lifestyle will be different, the system will be different. And when I say all these things, you may get so many questions. Are yaar, no, it is ulta. When we get into many people in house, our work will be more, our effort will be more, our tiredness will be more. We'll be discussing one by one. I to understand. I'm not from Mars or Jupiter. I honestly understand what are all the general things which come up in our mind when we discuss about family. But listen carefully. We are going to discuss every part and every segment on every dimension of family. So just let us not come to any conclusion. Just hold and listen to the entire series, and then you get to a conclusion. And definitely, if you feel that I am wrong, even after listening to all these things, please ping me, please comment me, or contact me. We will have a discussion. And also, I hope in one-to-one session also we can meet and we can discuss in person. The financial support, what happens is, no doubt, we can deny there are so many families, those who run a family business just because of this reason, that they don't need to lend any money from anybody. They are fully self-sustainable. The entire family is self-sustainable because they give and take within the family. There are communities in India where in no time, within one night, they can invest 2 crore, 3 crore, 5 crore rupees for a 20-25-year-old young man and their family, without going to any bank, without making more than 3-4 phone calls. That much of family bond is involved with the family business and loan and investment and many other dimensions. And also, when there is a family together living, you can't call who is rich and who is poor, because they all live in one house and they all share everything equally. Therefore, the no concept of who is poor, who is rich will pop up in their mind. So this is all based on the seat belt perspective of family system. Now let us see the second dimension. The second dimension is GPS. So I'm sure we all know what is GPS, right? So how family can be a GPS, that is what we are going to discuss here. So family is like a journey, life is like a journey, right? And life is like a journey, and family is like GPS. Family is not about five people living under one roof or eight people living under one roof. No, it is not about the numbers, it is about the journey, it is about the history, it's about the heritage. And because of all those things, the life journey is filled with the most beautiful things. For example, full of values, right? So how do people get good qualities in them? Is it that because it is told in school after physics class and before maths class? No, right? Because we never discuss about any of the real life things in our school. That's one of the very main intention why we started Mayakni Institute of Life Education, because life education is missing. We have knowledge of mass and we have knowledge of atom and we have knowledge of whatnot, but we have no knowledge of how to understand our own self, how to handle our own emotions with respect to our close loved ones, how to not get hurt and how to not hurt. We don't know all these things and nobody ever discuss all these things. So how do people get matured? How do people become a good human being? They become good human being not because of their education, but because of their family, because of their family elders lifestyle. So the value system is transferred from one generation to the other generation, and because of all these things, such beautiful human beings are born in this planet. And few is APJ Abdul Kalam or Tata. But the unsung heroes, there are crores of people in this world, throughout the country, throughout the continents, everywhere we can see amazing people, because of their parents, because of their grandparents. Because when they grow up, they see them, they watch them, they see their lives and how they are connected with their word and their thought and their action, all are synced with one. And when they see all these things and when they grow, they also want to become like them. So the life is a journey, and you can't think about money and job only and think of your future based on the name and fame and the productivity which you get out of your work. That's just a very, very gross thing. There are so many subtle things which make a person into a human being, a useful human being to the society and to the family. And that is done by family system. The second one is social order. When you want to reach a destination and when you have a GPS in your mobile phone, you will not get distracted much, right? You will not stop in every corner and ask 100 people. You will just move based on your GPS and you'll reach your destination. So this is what happens to a person with a strong family. They know where to go and they know where not to go. And when the direction is clear and when the guidance are clear and the time duration, everything is set, how you can reach your destination without any hurdle. The same way, with a proper strong family setup, a person will also have a system in his life, and it will not be degrading his energy. It will be sustainable. Why? Because it is already done by people and it is watched by elders and safeguarded by a system, and therefore you will definitely reach your destination. So it is sustainable also. Now let us see why it is of experience of GPS. Many a times what we think is the elders in the family may not know what I am supposed to choose. Why? Because my life is completely different from theirs. No, they may not know about Instagram reels or they may not know about artificial intelligence, but they know life better. They know emotions better. They know decision making and not achieving. All those things they have seen about life. So therefore, the direction of life is concerned, definitely family is a GPS. May not be for your career, but for your life, definitely they will give a right direction. And obviously, many a times that direction or the way what they show us will be easy way than we enter into our own experiments and we end up into the same road after so much of wrong choices. And now we are going to see the third perspective of family, right? So we have seen family is a seat belt and a family is a GPS, and here comes the pyramid, the third dimension. Why it is called pyramid? It is a network and it is sustainable. You all know pyramid, right? I'm not talking about Egyptian pyramid. I'm talking about this pyramid which you can see in the image using cards, how you make pyramids. So what happens is all the individual components in the card pyramid resembles every individual in a family. So you, your father, your mother, your partner, your child, your siblings, partner, siblings, child, all the entire family members or each and everybody are individual cards. And the entire pyramid is standing not because of one person, but it is because of all the interdependency happening in the entire family. So you are dependent on your partner and your partner is dependent on you and the child is dependent on you, and when you both are dependent on your parents and the grandparents are dependent on the grandchildren, and the grandchildren always fond of grandparents, there is an interdependency in all direction. And because of this interdependency, the entire family survives. And this is the most beautiful thing. You know why? Because nobody has individuality in a family, because everybody are interdependent. So no one can stand alone. And the second dimension is collective growth. So one person grows, it is not about that person's growth, but it is about everybody's growth, because all are interconnected. So this is what is called a network. And then comes the sustainable design. What is sustainable? Sustainability is something where you will have a growth not at the cost of different kind of a damage, but as a growth only for a longer duration without bigger damage. Layman's language, sustainability, right? Now in a family, how a family can become a sustainable, because like as we discussed in the network, the same way the entire growth happens together. It doesn't happen alone, it happens to everybody. If any good things happen, it goes to everybody. If any bad thing come, everybody will come and support and reduce the pain. So it is holistic, it is not compartmentalized, it is all put together as one component. And the second time is long time. Why? Because it's a chain. It is not one starts and one ends and then one chapter closes and then the second chapter comes. No, it is all a chain reaction. So how your grandfather lived with his grandfather, the same way your child is going to live with his grandfather or her grandfather. So it's like a chain reaction. So therefore the pyramid is not something which is going to have end or which is going to have starting. It is continuously growing. The last layer is one day going to be the first layer, and the first layer was once last layer. You're understanding? So this is called as a family with the perspective to pyramid. I hope you agree to whatever I said in this video. Let us discuss about the next dimension of family in the next video.